I was painting back then.
You were painting today?
Yeah. I was preparing for your entrance.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the marching band when I pulled up.
I thought about the marching band and I was like, it's too much.
Too much. Okay.
It's too much.
It's never, nothing is too much.
So you went with the Gouda stuff sausage.
I went with the Gouda stuffed sausage instead.
A subtle applause.
Yeah. Which was made out of pork, by the way.
What?
I'm just kidding.
You would make me bacon-free potatoes just to give me a pork sausage. That would be low.
That would be low.
You were laughing every time I took a bite of that sausage.
Do what?
You were laughing.
I was. Tremendously laughing. Look, we psyched him out. We had him so convinced.
His hair is catching on fire.
So everybody in this room, in one way, shape, form, or another, has affected each other in a positive manner. I think that we should take some time to say, hey, how did this person affect me? Where do you see the relationship going? And how's your real estate career moving forward? Or your real estate investing going forward?
So I met Ehab first, but it was weird. I met Ehab through Rob before I met Rob. So Rob did this flyby with Ehab, and I was in this mode of trying to network and trying to meet as many people in real estate, looking for deals. I'd gotten connected with Jet Lending with another loan officer, and I reached out to Ehab through Bigger Pockets, and he surprised me and just said, "What's your number?" I'm like, okay, well, I guess this guy wants to call me. So we talk on the phone. It was a Sunday afternoon. Gosh, man, it's amazing the details you can remember. It was a Sunday afternoon. We talked, and little did I know he was interviewing me. I felt like he was interviewing me to see if I would be a fit for his program. But he didn't talk about the program. He just listened to me talk about where I was, what we were trying to do. And I told him, like, I've read the books, I know about the BRRRR strategy, and haven't really been able to find a deal yet. And he's like, what he told me then, I tell people all the time. What you did before, you were just getting like information. You were gathering information, you were learning. He goes, what I can teach you are specific like instructions. And I'm that kind of person who needs his handheld, like call this person, say this thing, this is what you say, this is who you call, this is how you do it. And so he offered his program, and I was like, I gotta think about it. So I talked to my wife, and she's so supportive, like she always is, and said, if you think that's what we need to do, then I support you moving forward. And I think the next day I called Ehab. I was like, all right, man, let's do it, I'm in. And I think our first lesson was about mindset, and you talk about that all the time, about mindset. And I think it was literally maybe 2 weeks later, I got tagged on a post on what ended up being our first flip, and I called Ehab. I talked to the wholesaler, and the wholesaler was like, I'm gonna have an open house on Saturday. You can come look at it. I'm like, all right, cool, all right, great. And I was prepared to offer this guy like $4,000 more than he was asking for. He was asking for 78. I was going to offer him 82. And I ran the numbers like Ehab had showed us, and I called Ehab Friday morning. I said, man, what do I do? Like, this guy, I think it's a good deal. Like, it looks like crap. I think it's going to be a full gut. We ran the numbers on the phone, just really rough. He goes, look, if you're going to replace everything, Jet's going to want you to have off-street parking, so you're going to have to put a garage in the back. That's probably going to cost you $10K. Your budget's going to be probably around $65,000. And I said, man, okay. And I said, well, this guy's going to have this open house on Saturday, so I'm just going to go take a look at the house. There's no photos of the house. Ehab goes, Alberto, what are you going to see at this open house that's going to tell you, like, turn you off the deal? You're going to replace everything already. Roof, everything. You're going to replace everything. Call this guy right now. Make him the offer, tell him what you're going to offer him, and then shut up, like be quiet. Don't say anything. Man, the adrenaline's pumping, I'm like, okay, I'll call the guy. I call him, and while I'm calling him, like Ehab's texting me, oh, by the way, Chris said he'll do the job for you, Chris the contractor. So I'm like, all right, cool. And I offered the guy, like I called him, offered him 78, and he was surprised. And I could literally hear him breathe. I was quiet. I could literally hear him breathing on the phone, thinking about it. And he accepted our offer. And so it saved me $4,000. And I called my wife. I said, you got to get down to Galveston, Stewart Title, go drop off the check. We got to go do everything right now. So she literally walked into Stewart Title like 4:58 p.m. and they closed at 5. And that's how we locked up our first deal, right? And since then, I mean, we closed on another deal 2 weeks later. Which, crazy, right? Rookie investors, 2 rehabs going on at the same time. Jet Lending, you know, what role they play? I mean, they funded like 6 of our deals. And as each deal we've done, the trust, but all the way around has just increased, right? You see the product that we produce. We're able to do that with Ehab's program and the team. And honestly, like, it's like family, of course, and I just feel like you guys are going to be with us for the long haul. You know, like you were saying outside earlier, is these connections and these relationships that we make, right? We're not just like this flash in the pan, like one and done kind of thing. Like we're going to be connected to each other for a lifetime, and that's pretty deep, you know. So, yeah, we're in it for the long haul.
Great story.
Great story.
That's a great story.
That is a great story.
I actually told Alberto, don't wait until Saturday when you get into a bidding war
That's
with all
what
those
it
other
was. Yeah.
investors.
Great.
Offer the guy
Yeah.
what he's asking today.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. I remember that conversation.
That's
I
such a
do
good
too.
lesson. That was a good lesson for all of us.
Mhm.
Why would you wait until Saturday?
Yeah.
Make him an offer right now.
And I still use that advice, you know, still use it as being first, you know, yeah.
Successful.
So I've got a story about Alberto.
Oh, okay.
So Alberto was working with a different loan officer when he first started with Jet, and I'm, you know, Mr. Confident and Mr. Cocky and Mr. You know everything, right? The loan officer was a great guy. He walked in my office, handed me the keys one day, and said, Rob, this is just not working out for me. It's not something I want to continue to do. Here's the keys. I'm out. I'm like, okay. I was like, man, I'm sorry to see you go. He was a great guy, you know. I was like, what can I do to keep you here? He's like, man, he's like, Rob, you've been great. This is not for me. I said, okay. He had one loan going. With that guy sitting over there on the other side of the couch. And he's like, this is my one loan, hardly any handoff at all. I'm like, okay, I got this. So I called Alberto, Mr. Cocky, started talking, hey, you know, blah, 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 blah. And Alberto stopped me in my tracks. First of all, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to stop you right where you're at. I'm like, whoa. All right. I like this. I'm getting put in my place a little bit. So at that point in time, I knew that he meant business. He wasn't about just, you know, man. He wasn't about a one loan and done type of guy. He was going to be in it for the long haul. At that point in time, I knew it. I said, you know what? Let me backtrack here. Let me earn this guy's confidence. And I think it's been a pretty good journey ever since then. We've closed how many?
6 deals.
6 deals in 1 year.
Yeah.
And the first one was a little bumpy, but now
Each one's gotten better. Yeah.
yeah, we're pretty good friends, I'd say.
I'd say too.
Yeah.
I agree.
Pinky up. Pinky up.
Pinky up, logo out.
Okay.
AW, the drink of all real estate champions.
No, y'all know I've been a friend with Alberto for a while, and I've watched his journey start from the beginning of the houses that he bought, and talking with him about the mentorship program that he was involved with, and learning a great deal from everybody in the program has been an inspiration, and Ehab has been great, and the guidance from turning a small, probably deal that wasn't that great into giving me another perspective to look at it, and there's endless possibilities with this property here that we have. And so it's all been networking and learning and growing from one person and learning from everybody from another. Alberto introduced me to Ehab, and Ehab introduced us to Jet Lending, which has been great. It's been a great process for a new investor. Every step of the way was, they were there for us, answered any questions, even after hours, even late into the night. We got answers to questions, and it's been a great process with the first property. It's a short-term rental in Galveston, and we look forward to getting many more. Not stopping at one, of course. To gain financial freedom, of course, we need more than one, and taking imperfect action every day is something that's been very inspirational to me. Is been motivating and keeping me on task. Making sure that we are looking for deals and networking with people and trying to find new people to work with in different areas has been challenging, but it's been rewarding so far, and I'm really grateful for the relationships that we've developed with Ehab and with everybody in the mentorship program and with Jet Lending. Has been great for us. We've been getting started on this journey, and we're looking forward to the rest of it, to the future for sure.
So my story began, I actually went to a local meetup in Richmond of Chris and Jamie Bounds real estate meetup. That's where I met Rob. Rob had a table set up, and I walked over, got his card, and I was super new. I didn't know very much. I had read a few books, but when I was analyzing deals and I needed someone else to look at these deals for me, I would call Rob, and he would always answer the phone, always analyze the deal with me, go through the deal, take the time with me. I mean, I really didn't know anything about anything, and he really spent so much time with me. But he finally told me, you know what, I think you need to call my friend Ehab. And I didn't. But you gave my number to Ehab, thankfully, and Ehab called me. And, I was hesitant, I didn't know if that was what I needed to do. But I did it, and I was so grateful that after I got my first deal a few months later, I called Rob, and I said, I just want to say thanks to you, because you changed my life. Because you would answer the phone, you would walk through those deals with me, and you sent me to Ehab. I mean, you sent me to Ehab, and that changed my life. I mean, meeting Ehab, meeting you, I would have never been able to do the deal that I have done, the life-changing deal that I've done. I plan to do, 5 more, which will really be life-changing. And it's all because I walked up to that table and got your card that day. So I'm super grateful to you. I'm super grateful to Ehab and to Jet Lending. I wouldn't be in this 5-plex deal that I'm doing right now. So thanks.
You're very welcome. Very, very welcome.
Thanks to you for
Yes.
doing the work.
Thank you so much.
Did it.
Yeah, you did all the work. I mean, at the end of the day, we are a team. We cannot do what we want to do without each other. You can't buy a property without money. You can't find properties without proper guidance. I mean, it's very hard in this industry. I mean, to be able to have a mentor like Ehab and a lender like Jet Lending that can think outside the box and get things done that most lenders won't do. Most lenders aren't going to sit there and look at you and say, you know what? I've got a friend that I'm going to send you to. I've got a friend that's going to take care of you. Most lenders are not able to do that, and they're not willing to do that because I say this a lot. I try to treat everybody like family because at the end of the day, your success is my success. And I can only hope that you can understand that at the end of the day, we are a family. Because your growth is Ehab's growth, and my growth, like you said outside, we can't do this without each other. And the team concept is basically how how I approach things and how we approach things at Jet Lending. Oh, that's perfect.
Where you going, Rob?
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. All right. So, what I was telling Rob, and really kind of to echo what you all were talking about with this team concept. First of all, I mean, it feels like there's more than just two of you. I mean, with now the level of responsiveness and the communication. So, just a little bit of anecdotal stuff here. It seems like the first 2 or 3 deals that we've done, and this is just from my perspective, I always kind of felt like there were some issues right at closing. And minor stuff, right? Nothing that stopped us from closing, but just kind of annoying kind of things would happen, like the HUD was wrong or something was wrong. And I kind of felt like there was like finger pointing, right? Where title said, it's your lender, like they messed up. And then Rob's like, nah, title messed up on this thing, right? Again, nothing serious, but we worked through it. And I think that we learned a lot from that as we grew. As y'all went to this Jet team concept though, I've seen a much higher level of communication and responsiveness, not just with me, but I think with the title company too. To where I feel like, okay, is this a better title company or is Jet Lending getting better? Or is everybody just getting better? And so these last closings, which we closed a week early, and we had no problems at all. Title was being responded to effectively, whether that was with Chelsea or with Rosalie. Everything was just pushed up and on time. So it gives me more confidence that we can close more deals, we can close them faster without any issues. And I think that's because of this team concept that y'all built.
Yeah. I think honestly the team concept has taken a lot of responsibility from Rosalie and Christine, and that's even formed into its own little team as well. She handles 90% of what they used to have to handle on individual loan officers coming at the file and taking up, hey, let's get this done, let's make sure insurance is done. She's ahead of that 5 times faster than, once it gets to processing, then it goes boom, 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 and it's ready to go. Mm-hmm. We brought this up and said, hey, if we can make this more effective and more efficient, let's try it and see what happens. And now, hell, we got Chelsea and we got a 30-year guy that we brought on with the same team concept to where we're closing 30-year loans as well, just as effective and efficient. At one point in time, there was one loan officer that handled one client's total responsibility. And I went to Jet Lending as the owners and said, hey, let's come up with a team concept where 2 people can give just as much attention to one client and then have it come over several clients. And that way each customer gets, they get the expertise of somebody that knows the industry, and then they've got somebody that gives them day-to-day communication, gives them day-to-day, hey, what do you need? What are we going to do to get this closed in a timely manner? And that's the team concept that we've created at Jet Lending. Chelsea, I would be nowhere without her. Every single day she comes in and puts just as much effort into the files that I do. And without her, I'd be completely lost. I mean, she really, really knocks a home run every day that she comes in. Chelsea, do you have any input?
Well, I've learned a lot. almost reaching my year here with Jet. I started off as a loan officer trying to kind of build my own clientele, which was a little bit hard, but since this team idea has come together, I think it's come together so nicely. I mean, if a client can't reach Rob, they'll contact me, and vice versa. And I mean, we just take care of the clients at a way better manner now. I mean, it's just so much easier to get an answer from us, and not that you weren't before, but I mean, it's just so consistent. And
I mean, when you got two people taking care of one client,
yeah.
and you gave it to us earlier, Alberto, and it's that much more customer service that most lenders are not going to be able to give you. And as soon as you leave, we're having a slumber party, so sorry.
But you have to leave the camera.